Patrick, Mr. Higgins, why don't you just start again? I'm sorry.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. My name is Patrick Higgins. I'm a resident of the city of Fall River. I'm also a resident. I'm calling in as a citizen tonight because of the fact that I think an injustice has been done in the city of Fall River. As a resident and citizen of the city of Fall River, I would like to thank Chairman Aguiar for his many years of service on the Fall River Housing Authority. I think he's done an exceptional job, and I do not understand the logic or reasoning for Mayor Coogan to replace you with Joanne Bentley. So I want to thank you on behalf of the residents of the city of Fall River and the residents of the Housing Authority for your many years of service, and best of luck in your future endeavors and in your retirement, in your forced retirement. And again, I am saddened by this choice, but it is what it is. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Higgins, and those kind words mean so much to me. I wasn't going to say anything, but I've been on the board now going on almost 14 years. I've enjoyed being on the board, enjoyed working with everybody at the Housing Authority, the friends I've made, acquaintances over those years, and I think together we've done some real good things for the Housing Authority. I'll miss being on the board, but especially in this world, times and things change, by the hour, never mind by the day or month. But I will miss my friends. I will miss, as I said, attending the meetings. But the friends that we have will keep forever. And I just want to assure everybody there that if there's anything in the future that I can ever do for the Housing Authority, please don't hesitate to call on me. Also, on behalf of all those who may be participating in this phone meeting, our residents, employees, and citizens who may not, I would just like to extend to all of you, both in your professional life and personal life, very best wishes. Stay safe, stay well, and thank you all for the courtesies and kindness that you extended to me over the years. It's been a pleasure working for the Housing Authority, and I'm sure that, things will move ahead. Thank you again, Mr. Higgins, for your kind words.
You're very welcome, sir.
Is there anyone else with citizens or resident input?
Resident input, Lenny.
Okay.
I want to let everybody know I sent Tim an email this morning.
Could you state your name for the record just so that we have it?
Okay, Mike. Ed Gadden.
It was Ed Gadden, Mike.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay, we've had three farmers markets so far. They've all gone fairly well. Each one gets better as we go along. We had not only residents but folks in the neighborhood coming over this past week to purchase things. After the farmers market, I got an email, and so did David, from Sarah Labossiere from the city. She would like us to have a second farmers market in the south end of Fall River, which is what David's going to propose later. We'd like to have it at Julian Apartment. It becomes a good location. It's got a great parking lot, a nice place to set up for the farmer right on the street, right on Laurel Street, so that not only the residents but the people who live in the neighborhood can enjoy fresh fruit and vegetables. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gagnon. Anyone else for citizen or resident input? Hearing none, we'll move on. Second item on the agenda are the minutes of the regular meeting, which was held on June 8th of 2020. Is there a motion to accept?
Motion to accept, Commissioner Underhill.
Motion to accept by Commissioner Underhill, seconded by
Second, Mary.
Commissioner Burns. Ms. Gallagher, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Tache?
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Item 3, bills and communications, the vouchers for June, which we all have, and I'm assuming had an opportunity to review. Is there a motion to accept the vouchers?
Motion to accept. Mary.
Made by Commissioner Sahadi,
Jason, second.
seconded by Commissioner Burns. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Gallagher, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Sahadi.
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill.
Yes.
Commissioner Burns.
Yes.
Commissioner Tache.
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Management reports, which include 1, applications, occupancy reports, tenant accounts receivable, work order report, monthly Section 8 voucher activity report, the monthly personnel count, and the direct station monthly report. Does anyone there, any department head, have any comments regarding the first 6 reports? If not, is there any commissioner that has any questions or wants any discussion on the first 6 reports? Okay. Report number 7 is Director of Modernization Monthly Report. Mr. Anderson, do you have anything to address the board? Mr. Anderson, are you there?
I'm here. Question, please.
Did you have anything in your monthly report that you needed to bring to the attention of the board?
Oh, nothing in addition.
Okay. Any questions, again, last time, for if any of the commissioners for the monthly reports? Hearing none, is there a motion to accept all reports?
Motion to accept, Dave.
Motion made by
Jason,
Commissioner
second.
Underhill,
Second by Mary.
seconded by Commissioner Sahadi. Ms. Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Underhill.
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi.
Yes.
Commissioner Burns.
Yeah.
Commissioner Tache.
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Financial reports, Director of Finance. Melissa, do you have anything that you would like to address the board with this evening?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Just a couple of quick points on the financial statements. What the board has in front of them are financial statements for the first 2 months of our fiscal year for the period ending May 31st. And you were provided with the detailed line item results. However, the budget to actual comparison was missing. We're still in the process of loading our budget into the system right now, so we didn't have that available. But I did want you to have the detailed line items, so that you could see where we were at for the first 2 months. Aside from that, the other point I wanted to make was that these financial statements include some of our COVID expenses, and those are embedded into the results. And that those expenses will be reimbursed with the CARES Act funds that we have available to us. And some of the larger categories of expenses that we're seeing are overtime for payroll related to maintenance staff for sanitizing efforts, as well as our increased security details at our sites to enforce, visitation restrictions. And then we're also seeing or incurring expenses to have outside services come in and sanitize our office space, as well as, one of the larger items was purchasing of laptop equipment so that we could have our employees work remotely as necessary. And outside of those COVID expenses, there wasn't anything any large items that were unexpected or unbudgeted. So nothing other than the COVID expenses that are unusual in this particular period.
Ms. Mello, most of those expenses you just mentioned, they're all covered under that COVID money that we were allotted, correct?
Yes,
so
exactly. And those
coming out of our general budget, it's money that we've been allotted.
Exactly, additional funds above and beyond our funding from HUD, and again, those monies have already come to us, so they're available for use at this point.
Perfect. Does any commissioner have any questions or discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to accept the monthly financial report?
So moved, Mr. Chairman. Roger Taché.
Commissioner Taché and made the motion, seconded by Commissioner Underhill. Ms. Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Taché,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
Yeah.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Update to the board from our Executive Director for information only. Mr. Barrow?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tonight I have 2 items to report on. First item is reflective of the entire country's awareness of the issues pertaining to racial equality and equal opportunity among all racial groups and what Fall River Housing is doing as it impacts us. The second item is an update on our status in operating in the COVID-19 environment. Regarding the first item, in acknowledging the attention Black Lives Movement has recently received among the many businesses and communities in our country, I took a look at what the racial composition was of our residents, of our employees, and of the city of Fall River. It was noteworthy that Fall River Housing has only 1% of its employees that are Black or African American, compared to 9% of the Housing Authority head of households, and compared to 5% for the entire city. As for the Latino and Hispanic race, Fall River Housing has 8% of its employees in this group, compared to 36% of our head of households, and compared to 10% for the entire city. And although when filling the vacant positions, I want everyone to know we do reach out to community-based organizations via the Mass Hire Bristol Career Centers and directly to residents when we are seeking to fill a temporary position with the hope to have them eventually become a full-time employee. But I will be directing our Human Resource Department to review what our outreach efforts are with the goal of increasing our exposure to the minority community when looking to fill positions here at the authority. And relatedly, further in tonight's agenda, there's an item to approve a position document to fill our Minority Outreach Coordinator position. Regarding the second item, DHCD on June 22nd issued their reopening guidance, which confirmed our previous information that we were informed of during the bi-weekly phone calls with DHCD. It includes not performing work orders till Phase 3, which I think we all know was last week, so I believe it's today. We started regular work orders at our family sites only. The guidance also maintains the closure of community rooms in the elderly sites and prohibiting visitation to these sites, except for those that are deemed to be providing the essential services to our elderly. We've reached out to the Fall River Board of Health for their continued guidance on both of these matters, and thus far there's been no change in their position of keeping the rooms closed and restrictions on visitations. We're expecting an update, however, though, this week or next week from DHCD, and I believe that's because the governor has indicated that his Phase 4 rollout may not happen for quite some time. And DHCD, as I know, was tying in several activities concerning the elderly in Phase 4, so they are reviewing now what their position or guidance will be, and they'll be letting us know about that later this week. Regarding tennis move-ins, we have formulated a move-in procedure. The management operations, Kathy Pobart, Deb Morris, said it was, as well as with the deputy executive director. And we're advising the elderly that they'll need to provide for a moving company to assist with moving the household goods into the buildings versus using friends and neighbors, which can potentially have a negative effect on the health of the other residents in the building. So we just want to keep that activity under control as we start getting our vacant units back online. We're continuing to bring our staff back to work. Areas are being prepared and altered to maintain the safe social distancing, but our offices are yet not open to the public. That, again, is in keeping with the guidelines from DHCD. And the last item is related to the situation in the CARES Act. We took a survey of all the employees having or not having a desktop scanner. So we've ordered scanners for employees not having one. It's completely funded by the CARES Act, and it's going to minimize personal contact because a lot of the offices have a common copier scanner, so this will not necessitate the need for an employee to go into a common room to perform a function that can be done at the desk. So that concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for our Executive Director? Hearing none, we'll move on. New business. Modernization. Contract award.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Under new business, I don't know if it's appropriate for me to bring up about that farmer's market that Mr. Gagnon brought up about earlier.
I put it into your, I already put it in. Can we get
Absolutely.
to the end of the
you got it.
new business?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Okay, modernization, contract award for a new video security system at Doolin Apartments. It's recommended that we award the contract to Systems Contracting Incorporated in the amount of $159,500.
Move for adoption, Mr. Chairman. Roger Tache.
Motion made by Commissioner Tache.
Second, Mary.
Second by Commissioner Sahadi. Any questions or discussion? Ms. Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Tache?
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre?
Yes. Item B, permission to advertise for bids for fire protection upgrades at Cardinal Medeiros Towers and Mitchell Heights, exterior spalling repairs at O'Brien Apartments, Holmes Apartments, and Barresi Heights, fence replacement at Oak Grove Avenue, Bullock Street, roof replacement at Oak Grove Avenue, Bullock Street, and fire alarm improvements at Elmer Barbara Streets 689-1, Highland Avenue 689-2, 8th Oswald Street 689-3, Oak Grove Avenue, Bullock Street 689-4, and Stanley and Ray Street 689-5. It is recommended that we approve.
Move for adoption, Mr. Chairman. Roger Tache.
Natasha?
Second, Dave Underhill.
Seconded by Commissioner Underhill. Any questions or discussion? Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Tache?
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre?
Yes. Item C, roof replacement at Benny Costa Plaza. Recommended we grant permission to award a contract to the low bidder, Eureka Construction Incorporated, the amount not to exceed $263,300.
Move for
Is there a
adoption,
motion?
Mr. Chairman. Roger Tache.
Commissioner Tache?
Second, Commissioner Burns.
Commissioner Burns, Ms. Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Tache,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Under new business, we have a new item that would like to be presented by Commissioner Underhill.
Yes, thank you, Mr.
Hill?
Chairman. I'll keep it quick. It's just you all know about the farmers market we started at Cardinal 3 weeks ago. It's been a big success so far and seems to be getting better. The people that are responsible for it asked us if we may have a destination for them in the south end of the city. And after talking with Ed Gagnon and a few other people, the people at Doolin, we thought that would be a nice spot for them because we know what it consists of, the kind of traffic flow that they would need, and I think it would be a perfect spot, and it's definitely a benefit to our residents because they can save some good money on some good food, and it'll also help the neighborhood out. So I would appreciate my fellow commissioners to be able to vote with me on this. Thank you.
Move for adoption, Mr. Chairman. Roger Tache.
Motion to adopt, Commissioner Tache. There a second?
Commissioner
Second.
Burns, second.
Second by Commissioner Burns. Ms. Gallagher, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Tache,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thanks.
Miscellaneous. Residential Emergency Security Guard contract and the COVID-19 update. Recommended that we ratify an increase in the contract amount from not to exceed $110,000 to not to exceed $140,000. This is to provide additional security at some of our locations. Correct, Mr. Barrow?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman. It should take us through, I'd say, August 14th, at which time, prior to that, we'll see if there's a need to extend it or reduce it, and we'll bring that before the board at the August meeting if action is necessary.
Thank you. Did someone make a motion?
I did, Mr. Chairman. Roger Tache.
Tache made the motion. Is there a second?
Second, Dave Underhill.
Commissioner Underhill, Ms. Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Tache,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns, Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Trash hauling contract. Recommended action. Grant permission to advertise for a 5-year contract with a 2-year renewal option at the discretion of the Fall River Housing Authority. Is there a
Move for
motion
adoption,
to
Mr. Chairman. Roger Tache.
Mr. Tache?
Second, Dave Underhill.
Second, Commissioner Underhill. Any questions or discussion? Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Tache,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Moving and storage service contract. Recommended action, grant permission to award a 3-year contract to W&W Moving and Storage in the amount not to exceed $210,325.
Mr. Chairman, Roger Tache. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Were there any local bidders for this project?
Who would answer that? Would that be Mr. McCoy?
Chairman Aguirre, this is Tim McCoy. Would you like me to respond?
Yes, sir, please.
This, Commissioner Taché, this was the New Bedford contractor was the only bidder.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any other questions? There a motion to award the contract.
No move, Mr. Chairman. Roger Taché.
Taché.
Second, Commissioner Burns.
Commissioner Burns, second. Ms. Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Taché,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Item D, State Family Self-Sufficiency Grant application. It's recommended that we approve submission to DHCD. Tim, could you just give a very brief description of what this is?
Sure. We currently have an FSS program for our federal developments. We have 2 staff working on that. This will be to operate an FSS program, family self-sufficiency, at our state sites, which would be Maple Gardens and Corky Row. Essentially, it should be funded for 1 full-time position, so we would be looking to add staff to this if we're successful.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second, Mr. Chairman. Roger Taché.
Okay, I got the second from Commissioner Taché. Who made the motion, please?
Commissioner Burns.
Okay. Ms. Gallagher, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Commissioner Taché,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Item E, pilot payments to the City of Fall River. It's recommended action. It's for information only. The pilot payments of $453,663.54 from the federal and $14,776.20 from the state were made to the City of Fall River in lieu of property taxes. Anyone have any questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll move on. Item F, also for information. Gateway Cities Grant Award, $8.4 million for Maple Gardens projects. Tim?
Yeah, this was some great news we received last week from DHCD. We applied for close to $4 million, and they came back with the $8.4 million, and it's going to rehab 39 vacant units and another 46 of occupied units, as well as complete all the needed underground utilities. So this was a great effort we had the former grant writer from the City of Fall River, as well as our MOD director, Arthur Anderson, work on putting this together. So we did have a conference call with them about a month ago, maybe a little longer, and we provided some additional information which led to the repurposing of 4 units will be done for some community space there. And obviously if we get the FSS grant, that should help this whole endeavor in terms of trying to revitalize the community as well as the physical structure. So by the time this is done, if we look at what we have under work now, about 60% of the units will have been completely rehabbed in a 2-year time frame. So this is definitely great news and a big win for the authority.
Very good.
Thank you very much, Mr. Barrow. Anyone have any questions for Mr. Barrow? You know, one thing that aggravates me, these are the type of things that we get, which are outstanding. Congratulations from the board to the grant writers and all the people who worked on this and made this $8.4 million possible. But as I said, these are things that we do that you don't hear about. Usually all you hear about are the bad things. So congratulations to everyone. Personnel. Temporary property manager position. It's recommended we approve the recommendation of Maritza Arce for the temporary property manager position.
Move for adoption, Mr. Chairman. Roger Tache.
Tache.
Second, Mary.
Second by Commissioner Sahadi. Any questions? Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Tache,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Director of Facilities Management position. It's recommended we approve the appointment of Ed Majewski as Interim Director of Facilities Management.
Move for adoption, Mr. Chairman. Roger Tache.
Tache.
Second, Commissioner Underhill.
Second by Commissioner Underhill. Questions? Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Tache,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Director of Maintenance position. Recommend that we approve in-house posting for an interim director of maintenance.
Move for adoption, Mr. Chairman. Roger Tache.
Tache.
Second, Commissioner Burns.
Commissioner Burns, second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Tache,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Item D. Minority Community Liaison position. It was requested that we remove the word permission to and replace it with the word approve. So the recommended action will be to approve and the modified job description and post in-house and advertise.
Mr. Chairman, move for adoption. Roger Tache.
Tache.
Second, Dave.
Second.
Okay, second, Commissioner Sahadi. Ms. Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Tache,
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. At this time, the next item is union negotiations update. And the recommended action is anticipated executive session pursuant to Mass General Laws C-30A, Section 21A, 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining with the American Federation of State County Municipal Employees, Council 93, Local 1990. As chairman, I declare that, and I feel that discussion of collective bargaining strategies in an open meeting would be detrimental to the flow of housing authority. So I'm hereby requesting that we go into executive session. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So move, Mr. Chairman. Roger Tache.
Tache.
Second, Dave Underhill.
Commissioner Underhill. Ms. Gallagher, roll call, please.
Commissioner Tache,
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill,
Yep.
Commissioner Sahadi,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
Yeah.
Chairman Aguirre.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to go into executive session, you have to hang up from the number you are on, and you should have received another sheet with a new number for the executive session part of the meeting. Call that number, and we'll commence with the executive session. Following the executive session, we will turn to our regular meeting, which means we've got to call the first number back again. And unless there's any other business, we'll adjourn. So if you could call the number that you received on the second sheet, I'm assuming everybody has that, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, talk to you in about 5 minutes.
Mr. Chairman, should we just state that if anyone wants to be present for the vote at the end of the meeting, they can stay on the line right now, but I don't know how long the executive session is going to last. Just wanted to put that out there.
Okay. If anyone wants to stay on throughout executive session, if there is a vote at the end of the meeting, you'll be able to hear what the vote is. Okay, so we'll call this other number, and we'll commence with our executive session.
Mr. Chairman, this is Patrick Higgins. Once again, I'd like to say thank you for your years of service, and once again, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Higgins. It's much appreciated, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Thank you, sir. Okay, we'll call that other number and go into executive session.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Tim Barrow.
Tim Burke.
Commissioner Burns is back.
Okay.
Is that a yes?
I don't know. I thought you said he was. You haven't heard? No. Then. Commissioner Burns, are you there? No. Commissioner Taché is there? Commissioner Sahadi there?
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi. Commissioner, so missing Commissioner Burns and Taché. So I guess we'll go with what we got. Okay. Any other business to come before the Fall River Housing Authority this evening? Hearing none. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made by Commissioner Underhill, seconded by Commissioner Sahadi. Mr. Gallagher, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Commissioner Sahadi?
Yes.
Chairman Aguirre?
Yes. Thank you again very much, everybody, for your participation.
Thank you, Lenny.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you, Commissioner.
Stay safe,
Thank
stay
you, Lenny.
well, and stay happy.
Thank you.
And remember, you guys do a great job.
Good night.
Thank you, Commissioner
Thanks.
Aguirre. Good luck.
Much.
Good night. I'll
All
talk
right,
to you
good
later.
night. Good night.